If you've been considering filing for bankruptcy, then you've probably been doing a little bit of research online and talking to friends and gathering information. And some things may be a little bit scary, or some things may not be so true that you may have heard. So, today we're going to discuss 13 myths about filing for bankruptcy. My name is Chirnese Liverpool with the law offices of Chirnese Liverpool. We are a boutique law firm that provides affordable premium legal services. Today, let's talk about 13 myths about filing for bankruptcy. Number one, you can't afford to file for bankruptcy. That's not correct. A lot of the times, depending on who you are working with, it is very affordable. The attorney's fee is affordable, the court filing fee is affordable. Depending on your situation, if you qualify, you may be able to make your court filing fee payment in 4 different installments or 3 different installments, monthly installments, that is. And a lot of attorneys will work with you with the payment plan. So if you do retain my office, I do have let you make payments, but I don't give you the documents until the attorney's fee has been paid in full. So what is myth number 2? You can never get credit again. Oh my gosh, that is not correct. A lot of my clients start to get credit card offers in the mail approximately 6 months or so after they get discharged from bankruptcy. If they don't start to receive them around that time, I go ahead and tell them, just go ahead and open up a credit card, whether it be a secured credit card or a department store credit card or something like that. You want to start to rebuild your credit again. So that is a myth. You will be able to get credit after you file for bankruptcy. Number 3, bankruptcy doesn't get rid of debt. That is totally incorrect. With a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, your debt will be discharged. There are some exceptions to that rule. Some debts may not be dischargeable. I'll put a link up above to some debts that are going to be dischargeable so that you know what debts are dischargeable. And with a Chapter 13 bankruptcy, you're making your monthly payments for 3 years or 5 years, and at the end of that debt will be discharged, whatever has not been paid off. So that is a myth. You will get rid of your debt if you file for a bankruptcy, whether it be Chapter 7 or Chapter 13 bankruptcy. Now, bankruptcy was gonna hurt my credit for 10 years. No, bankruptcy does not hurt your credit for 10 years. It can stay on your credit report for up to 10 years, but it does not affect you the full 10 years. I love to tell my clients that, like I said before, you can get credit cards 6 months after you file for bankruptcy. If you're otherwise qualified, you can go out and get an FHA home loan 2 years after your bankruptcy discharge. So although it will stay on your credit report for up to 10 years, it does not have to affect you for the full 10 years. So that is myth number 4. Myth number 5, it's hard to file for bankruptcy. That depends on who you're working with. When you're working with my office, it's not hard to file for bankruptcy. I just gather the information that I need from you. I send you the petition for your review, and you go to one hearing, and usually that's pretty simple. So it's not hard to file for bankruptcy. Some attorneys can make it hard. I'm not one of them. All right, number 6, everyone is going to know that I filed. I don't want to be the joke of town. Oh my. Myth. That is not correct. No one will have to know that you filed for bankruptcy unless you go and tell them. We have to notify your creditors, but beyond that, no one has to know. It is public knowledge, but they'd have to know that you filed and go look up your documents and have access to be able to look up your documents. So no, your neighbor is not going to know that you filed unless you tell them. Your landlord doesn't have to know that you filed unless you tell them. Your employer doesn't have to know that you filed unless you tell them. So it is not a thing where everybody will know that you filed for bankruptcy. Your creditors will know so that they can they can wipe away your debt at the end of the bankruptcy. But everyone else doesn't have to know. All right, number 7, you can pick and choose which debts you're going to put in your bankruptcy. So, you know what? I want to keep my car, so I don't want to list that. I'm going to keep my house, I don't want to list that. I like this Capital One credit card, so I'm not going to list that. That is not how it works. So we have to list all of your assets and we have to list all of your debts. But in a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, if you want to keep your home, if you want to keep your car, there are ways to do that. but we do have to list all assets and all debts. So you can't pick and choose. Do I want to put this one in? Do I want to put that in? We can't pick and choose. So that is a myth, okay? Number 8, your creditors can still harass you. That is not correct. Once you file for bankruptcy, the second that you file for bankruptcy, your creditors are no longer allowed to contact you. What happens is that there's a federal automatic stay which prevents them from trying to collect any debts. So they will not be able to harass you anymore. If for some reason they call before the court sends them a notice, or they send you a letter before this court sends them a notice, we kind of let that slide because it may have gotten crossed in the mail. But after they have received notice, they definitely should not be calling you. They should not be writing you any letters, anything like that. If they do call you before the court sends out the notices, you can just say, hey, I filed for bankruptcy. They'll ask you what your case number is. You give it to them and they'll leave you alone because they don't want to be in violation of federal law. So that is a myth. All right, what is the next myth that we're going to do? Filing bankruptcy means you're a bad person. No, filing bankruptcy does not mean that you're a bad person. In most cases, it means that you're a good, responsible person. So you're decided, you know what, I'm overwhelmed with debt. I need to be responsible, get rid of this debt so I'm not getting lawsuits and judgments and liens and garnishments and levies. I'm going to be responsible and do the right thing so I can get my head back above water and breathe again. So filing bankruptcy does not make you a bad person. All right. Some people like to think that you will never be able to own anything again. So just like we previously discussed, not correct. You will be able to get a house if you otherwise qualify. You know, once your credit score starts to increase, what will happen directly after you get your discharge, your score will start to increase. You can start building your credit up. You can start to own things again, whether it be paying for it in full or if you want to decide that you want to use credit to purchase it. So you can go out and get more cars. You can go out and get more homes. Those things, you can get property. It's not like you just file for bankruptcy and they never want you to have anything else again. Never go buy another shirt. Never go buy another car. No, that's not the purpose of bankruptcy. So that is a myth as well. Number 10, I think we can say we are number 10. Both you and your spouse have to file for bankruptcy. If you are married, that is a myth. Both of you guys do not have to file. You don't have to file jointly in order to file your bankruptcy. However, if you guys are still together and happily married, well, not happily, if you guys are still married, you do have to put your spouse's income on the petition, but you don't have to put any of their social. It doesn't affect their credit or anything like that unless you guys have some joint debts. So they don't have to file. You can file separately. You don't have to file jointly if you are married. All right, you can only file once for bankruptcy. That's not correct either. There's a lot of different rules regarding that depending on what chapter you filed initially and which chapter you're going to file now. So let's just take the easiest one right now. We'll just discuss that, which is Chapter 7 bankruptcy. So if you file a Chapter 7 bankruptcy and you get your discharge, you can file another Chapter 7 bankruptcy again 8 years from now. So if we file today, 8 years from now, you can say, hey, Chirnese, I'm ready to file again. And I'll be like, okay, let's do this. All right. And let's say our last one is you will lose everything. That is so not correct. A lot of the times, if you have assets, which is your clothes, jewelry, cars, houses, things of that nature, that does not mean that you will lose everything when you file for bankruptcy. And like 90% of my clients are able to keep majority of all of their assets. That means their 401k, their clothes, their cars if it has no equity, homes if they don't have too much equity. In California, we have a $20-something thousand wild card, so we can use that towards your assets to protect your assets. So you will definitely want to speak with an attorney, let them know, hey, these are all of my assets. Will I be able to keep them? And that's something that comes along with a personalized consultation with an attorney. So please know that this video is for entertainment purposes only. It's not for educational or legal advice. So please do not construe this as legal advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. I am licensed in the states of California and Nevada. So if you want to talk about your personal situation regarding bankruptcy, I can speak with you. I do offer a free telephonic consultation. In addition, I'm also offering everybody that wants a free PDF I'm going to put a link down below to that for 5 ways to stop bill collectors from calling you. So I'm going to put the link down below for that. If you are in the states of California and Nevada and you're looking for an attorney to assist you with filing for bankruptcy or just want to know what your options are, feel free to reach out to me. I'm going to leave my contact information down below so that you can reach out to me. If you like this video and the content that I'm providing, please give it a thumbs up. And you can subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to grow my subscribers as well. So thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.